we must work together side by side on a daily basis, deepening our cooperation rather than the opposite, by exchanging best practices, by sharing lessons, by collaborating on shared challenges. And in an increasingly uncertain world, Europe cannot be in a position where we are disunited or uncoordinated. And that's why I'm glad to see parliamentary colleagues and so many familiar faces from across Europe as we look forward to our even closer cooperation in the future years. Now, of course, there are detractors to this approach, those who would seek to reverse these advances, those who would urge us to look inwards, to close our doors and turn our backs on Europe and all it can offer us, our young people, all it can offer those people who last year went with conviction to vote for their representatives, no matter from which side of the political spectrum, to the European Parliament, whose job it is to deliver on the very questions that those citizens want from them. Now, we all agree that the European Union and our project is not perfect. It is, after all, a constant work in progress. But this should be more, not less, of an incentive to work together. And as parliamentary representatives who are democratically elected, it is up to us to set the agenda for our shared continent and to be ambitious, both for our national legislatures and for Europe. It is not a question of us versus you or you versus us. It is for this reason that the European Parliament remains one of the strongest advocates for enlargement. It is why we were the first to call for EU candidate status for Georgia, Moldova and Ukraine. And it is why we continue to lead the call for European support of Ukraine in its fight for freedom. And it is why we will support the clearest and most unequivocal conclusions today on Ukraine, consistently with what we've collectively done in all our conclusions and our meetings since the invasion by Russia of Ukraine. It is also in the spirit of cooperation that the European Parliament has created last week the European Order of Merit. This is the first European distinction of its kind. Its aim is to recognise people who have contributed significantly to our European project, and we are asking you, and we can share material if you wish, speakers of European parliaments as you, in order to nominate our laureates.